Three things you need to remember before you start communicating with your spouse. Number one, you have to remember when to communicate. Number two, you have to remember where to communicate. And number three, you have to remember how to communicate. It is very, very normal to have misunderstanding, to have arguments with your spouse. But you need to remember these three very important factors before you start communicating with your spouse to avoid further arguments, to avoid further miscommunication. So, number one, when to communicate. If you guys are very angry at each other, if you guys are very emotional, maybe it is best for you to actually calm down first and then agree on a specific timing as to when you guys would like to talk about the matter. So come up with a specific time where both of you would feel that both of you will become calmer and then address the matter again. Number two, where to communicate. Now, this point, most of us would often forget about how important this point is, where to communicate, because sometimes we feel that we can communicate anywhere. So that is when we are wrong. Okay, for example, if both of you are in an argument, you are not supposed to communicate or you're not supposed to fight in front of your children, or maybe you're in the presence of family members or friends. So maybe where to communicate could be in a more private place, in your room, or in a space where it's just both of you and no one else is involved. Number three, how to communicate. Most of the time, we communicate and we are in a position where we want others to feel where we want others to listen to us. We want others to try to understand us. We want others to hear what we have to say. But most of the time, we forget to hear or listen to the other party. So this is when the misunderstanding or the arguments can become worse, because when you communicate, your mission is to make the other party understand rather than for you to be a good listener. So how you communicate is very, very important. You want to communicate your feelings, or you want to communicate your expression in a way that does not cause more hurt or more harm or more damage to the other party who's also in a very emotional state. Okay, so in the future, don't forget these three very important factors: when to communicate, where to communicate, and how to communicate. Good luck, and I hope to see you in the next video.